My daughter is 7 years old, and she still is not allowed to speak to mommy for almost 10 months now. She wasn't allowed to speak to me on Christmas. She wasn't allowed to speak to me on Thanksgiving. She wasn't allowed to speak to me on my birthday. And she is being hidden from me. She's being held against her wishes. And all she wants to do is be with mommy. The mommy that raised her, that took her to swim lessons, that took her to dance class. The mommy that has done everything for her. And her own dad holding her hostage against her will doesn't even know anything about her and doesn't care about her. All he wants to do is continue to abuse and use and mistreat me and mistreat her and control us, lie to the authorities, lie in court. And because he has a strong lawyer in the business for over 30 years, he's able to get away with abducting a child and stealing a child from her own mother. My daughter has told him repeatedly that she does not want to be with him. She doesn't want to be left alone with him, and she just wants her mommy. And he's threatening a 7-year-old with police and with courtrooms and abusing her and making sure that she is so scared and afraid that if she mentions anything about mommy at all to her teachers or to anyone at her school, that she will be punished and that she will never see her mommy again. And now he has managed to prove to her that he can make that happen. 10 months of hiding her, taking her and abducting her, and not allowing her to speak to her mommy. Meanwhile, he sends me a text, your daughter, meaning my child, wants to say happy birthday to you and I'll have her call you later, and just more lies and more lies. All the lies he said in court, all the lies he has done to win jurisdiction, everything this man does is a lie, and he has gotten away with it his whole entire life. And now my 7-year-old daughter has to suffer and be abused by a man she doesn't want to be around because of his own personal greed. When will the justice system start working for a mother who has been fighting for her daughter, for a mother that I have never been in trouble or done anything wrong, to have my daughter be abducted and allowed to be kept by a rapist and an abuser? And all of that without him having to prove any evidence or any witnesses in the courtroom. Meanwhile, they deny my evidence, they deny my doctor's notes, they deny my witnesses who flew in from Chicago to Las Vegas. And corruption is real. Organized crime is real. The things and the pain and the trauma that he's causing my 7-year-old daughter is going to affect her entire life. And there are people that are helping this man and people standing back and not doing anything about it. And I am just so sick to watch our government and our organizations that are supposedly designed to help mothers and children, just you become another number. You're a piece of paper and you're a number. But they don't want you to take anything into your own hands. You have to follow the laws. You have to follow their jurisdiction. You have to follow what a judge who knows nothing about me or my daughter and who refuses to even read the evidence of the abuse and the witnesses and the affidavits and the videos refuse of evidence. And If anyone would have told me that this would be allowed and that this is what happens in the courtrooms of the United States of America, I would have never believed you until I lived it for myself. And the saddest part of all of this is that innocent children all over are the ones who are suffering, and they are not getting the help. And then they want to put these kids in therapy, and then they want to give them pharmaceuticals, and then you wonder why this is allowed, why this is happening. Because that is the system that has been designed. And unfortunately, I have been put into this system by a narcissistic, egotistical abuser. And I'm sharing my story in order to reach an organization or women who have been through this, and women who can help my daughter, who is crying for her mommy and is being held against her will and not allowed to see or speak to her mommy for 10 months. How would you feel if your child was being abused and held against their will and not allowed to speak to you for even a day, for even a week,